My next guest is going to be taking on Randy Costa coming up here at UFC Fight Night on September 19th. It is Journey Newson joining me here on the program. Journey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you taking the time. Is this the right amount of time off in between fights, or were you looking to get back in there a little bit sooner?
We were looking to get back in there a little bit sooner, but I mean, we don't mind the full fight camp. We'll always love a full fight camp.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Got to get what you can be given. Your last fight, I mean, really should have been a stoppage win. Obviously testing positive for marijuana, which is, I think for most people watching the sport, it's kind of ridiculous. Was that something you ever tried to appeal, or were you just like, it is what it is?
Knowing that it was from Texas, like, it is what it is, and we weren't really trying to fight it. We all know it's kind of BS, and not just my win, but a lot of other people's wins were taken away. Because of marijuana, which is, stupid.
Yeah, no, it is. Does that make you not want to fight in Texas anymore, just with all the problems on that specific card, especially?
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't want to fight in Texas.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like the honesty on that one. So what do you know about Randy Costa, your opponent? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I feel like we matched up pretty well. He's a stand-up fighter. We haven't seen too much of his ground game, but, we're always up to the challenge.
Yeah, and big thing with him, obviously, coming into this fight is that he hasn't fought since last October. I know he's a guy who stays ready in the gym, but do you see the layoff being a factor in this fight?
It very much well could be. He's, he fights with an audience too, so the fact that there won't be an audience might go against him. Yeah,
we'll have to definitely see what happens there. How about your training camp? Who have been some of the people helping you get ready for this fight?
Just my gym members. Like you said, COVID's kind of taking on a big deal with a lot of gyms, and we can't really go out to go train anywhere. So all I have right now is just my own team members, which is basically all I need.
Okay, and who would that be for people who might not know who you're getting to work with?
Brian Nero, Sean Ryan, Armand Duberge. All these guys are diamonds in the rough. Eric Lohr, Michael Chapman. Rudy Garza, who's my boxing coach, and we've been together for since after my first loss, and ever since that first loss, we've been, getting TKOs and starting to raise the bar on my stand-up, which is nice.
Were you ever worried about, like you mentioned with the COVID restrictions, not being able to train properly? I know all the fighters have a different situation, but in your case especially, were you worried at all about hey, when am I going to be able to fight again? Because I need to get a decent camp in here.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried. I assumed my manager, Jason House, their Iridium is a really good sports agency management company, and I assumed that they would get me a fight in time, but I wasn't really too worried about it.
Okay, fair enough. And those names you mentioned, anyone we could be seeing on Contender Series soon? I know I always love hearing the up-and-comers, and these are usually names that we do end up seeing on there, or an LFA, or anyone we should be keeping an eye
on. Not so much. Like I said, COVID's happening, and there's just a lot of ups in the airs right now. Honestly, we're only focused on my fight right now, and I love the energy that everybody's putting into it. My buddies, Phelan and Connor, they're helping me get ready because they mimic him well, and their fight IQ is very well on them looking at Randy Costa and how I need to prepare for him. So I just trust my training partners and for them to get the work done. But for anybody fighting besides me, all I know is just me. Right now, we're all just kind of focused on me, which is awesome.
Yeah, as it should be. I mean, this is a big fight coming up here, like I mentioned. How about the weight cut? How's that going? And we've heard a lot of fighters put on the COVID weight. Have you been able to keep things in check leading into this fight?
Yeah, I've said it before. This has been a pretty good weight cut. My weight's been down, and I've even been told by coaches to kind of get my weight back up, just so I have energy for sparring and those hard rounds, and making sure that I have enough nutrients so I don't injure myself, easily. So the weight cut's going really good. I think I just personally, I say this to my coach, I just caught it on the way down. You know how it kind of fluctuates a little bit? I probably just caught it on the way down. So our weight's we're only 10 pounds off.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because do you have a guy that has or do you have your meals pre-made, or do you make them yourself? How do you go about doing your cut?
Yeah, I make it myself.
Okay.
I'm basic as fuck. It's chicken and eggs and water. That's basically it.
Yeah, if you're eating boring, you must be eating right? Because it's when you start adding all that other stuff that's when you get into trouble with the weight cut, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've had that. I have that problem before UFC, but I mean, since we've been in UFC, it's been professional and always trying to make the weight, making sure that we don't get too high, especially when these short nose fights come up.
No, absolutely. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Will be my head coach Michael Chapman and my kickboxing coach Sean Ryan and my boxing coach Rudy Garza.
And how's this fight playing out on the 19th?
I could see this playing out with me getting a TKO victory, first round. If not first round, then I can see myself winning unanimous decision.
I imagine you want to get one more fight in this year, just to kind of keep the momentum going.
Yeah, a November December fight would be cool. I've heard talks about going back to Fight Island, and that'd be awesome to go out there and fight in Dubai. So one more. I always do try to get like three a year, at least three in a year. So, and the COVID thing happened, so now we're on two, and we're more than halfway done with this year. So hopefully we can get one more in, depending on how well this fight goes.
What about downtime? What are you doing when you're not training? Are you a video game guy? You watching Netflix? What do I find you doing?
Yeah, most of the time I am training. Besides that, like I'll fish, I'll hike, rock climb. I'm a outdoorsy guy for sure.
You ever been up to Canada to do any camping? That's where I'm from.
I've been to Canada, but that was more like a weekend trip. I did a little bit of hiking out there. I forgot where exactly I went, but it was I hiked a mountain.
No, that's good. And it's important to get that balance, I would imagine, because, you're in the gym, you're training, it's pretty intense to go outside and go for a nice hike. Not only is it good exercise, but I'm sure it kind of breaks things up a little bit, right?
It breaks things up, yeah, and you kind of get to clear your mind outside of that gym aspect. Like yesterday was a rest day, but my friends invited me out to the beach. So I thought about, I was like, I can do some active recovery, do a few laps in the ocean, and recover my body with that cold ass water as well. So, and just, kind of take my mind off the fight, because I've been, in the war zone this whole time trying to prepare for this fight. So it's good to get outside of that mindset and just kind of just chill and relax and recover physically and mentally.
Yeah. And we're looking forward to this fight. It's coming up here September 19th. It is UFC Fight Night. Journey, really appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Journey J135 on Instagram. Journey, my name's so unique, it's not too hard to find me.
I was going to say, there's probably not many Journey Newsoms in the world right now. So
No, not really. And Twitter, Journey J135. And I just want to thank my teammates, for getting me ready. Like I said, Connor and Phelan have been a big aspect to my fight camp. Those are just a few of my teammates. Eric Lohr has helped me, my conditioning coach. Corey Carlson has really made me feel like this is the best conditioning I've had, especially during hard rounds when we're trying to mimic Randy. Like, I feel like I definitely have the output for sure for 5.5s. So I definitely thank Corey for that. And my kickboxing coach and boxing coach, Rudy Garza and Sean Ryan, they've done such an awesome job of taking the time, out of their day to come, because they're still working. Not much has changed with their jobs, but they still come out and help me. And we're getting a lot of private time in, which is awesome. And one more coach, Armand Dubaj, who's a real like diamond in the rough. Like, his jiu-jitsu game is top notch, and like I'm getting so much private training with him, and everybody's just making sure that I'm ready for this fight. It's a team effort, and it's just really awesome. The more I think about it, how much these guys are helping me prepare for this fight, and how much they care, to get me the W.